out. Looks like we've got 3 people back so far. Although I totally forgot my water. You do not have a milestone yet, no. One, two, three, four. So looks like we're waiting on Aaron and Meryl's talking, so I'm assuming she's back. Alright, cool. So we are all here to keep heading on. So you can sense that there's lots of things moving around in the ruins, although you guys already know what direction roughly to head. And as you continue to work your way through the ruins of the city, you can see that there are pieces of the city that are starting to look very fake, like almost like you're walking through set pieces. Some of the houses, as you get further and further as you're walking, they look like they're propped up, and they only really look right if you look at them through a certain angle. And the stench of brimstone, the stench of not yet, because that's during extended rests, not short rests. The Unless I'm mistaken, this might be different. I don't know if it's on the handout. Extended rest, correct. So the diseased people will stay diseased, as a note. As you're walking along, you can tell that the world starts to degrade slightly. That mist is in front of you all, and as you continue to walk, you can see passing through this area, passing through this sort of set piece of a world, you can see there is an enormous lake of fire with these jagged black rocks and little pillars and things that are spread throughout. And you can see in the direction where there is that mist, there is a blue glow that's hidden deeper onto the area where there are these, looks like lakes of lava and black stone pillars rising out of them. Yes. So, do you people keep heading on? Do you guys want to stop and look around at things? What's the general feel of the party here?
Yeah, I definitely am going to keep an eye out. What does this lake signify? I mean, is there something going on with it that we need to spreading?
It doesn't look like it's spreading so much as maybe this is what's below the city, and that the city is a kind of a facade that's built over top of it.
Ah,
Those of you guys that have knowledge of the Hells would know that a significant portion of this layer is supposed to be on fire.
oh, okay. So the city probably doesn't have a lot of buildings with basements, is what you're telling me.
Yes, very few basements. Only like smithies and people have basements.
uh, is the direction we're headed to find Safarakdar's domain through the lake, or
It looks like it's into the mists, and the mists seem to be covering a pretty significant portion of the lake area. I'm going to move you guys on the map to a different map. So as you continue to work your way through, you see one set of, so one of the big black stone rises that is coming out of the pit of fire, the lava that kind of flows around it, rises up, and you can see there looks to be a little platform that's built on top of it, with stairs leading up to a glimmering blue portal. The portal does not look like it is currently active, but you see little sparks of power from around the edges of the portal.
Now, I'm going to advise a great deal of caution. The last time we approached a place where Safarakdar lived, he had set up a great deal of traps, many traps.
So can I get initiative from people, please? This is out of combat initiative, not in combat initiative. All right, so you see this looks like an altar that's built out here. The altar itself looks fairly new, as do the columns, the pillars that are along the way here. Everything has a very crisp nature to it, as if it is basically just made. Lord Merrill, you're up first. What are you doing? Yeah, there's so many pillars.
Oh well, I'm gonna delay until
You just say I delay, and then you can let me know if you want to come up. Mistral, you're up. This is not like a skill challenge. You're not required to do anything. This is making sure that everyone has a chance to interact with things. So go ahead and roll your -10 penalty for Arcana-ing it. And I assume Mistral will do something, and we'll kind of get back to him in a minute. Walrus, you're up.
Okay, hearing Greg there, telling us about traps. I don't really think there will be traps in hell, but sure, why not? I guess I will check around if there are any traps.
Okay. So you
Mm,
feel free to move your characters in the map. Don't worry about movement speeds and that sort of stuff. No, you don't really have a -10 penalty, although I would like some sort of description.
so,
You can tell that there's a lot of what looks like leftover pieces um, near the bottom of these pillars here and these pillars here, the ones that are up more on the top of the platform. There's several stones that look like they're the remnants of other pillars. A lot of these pillars also have marks and sigils on them, and you can tell that they have all of the same sort of attributes of the obelisks that Saparaktar creates, but they just haven't been completed yet. So this area will be much more dangerous at some point, but it's not quite done yet. And there's a lot of unfinished work that is being done here. The 33 will get you also that the area around the portal looks like it has lots of runes and signs on it, but it looks to be deactivated currently. So go ahead and Mistral, make your thing.
Okay. Uh, Mistral tries to basically reach out with. She does blowing winds and apparently doesn't really know what's going on at all or is not interested.
So when you send out the
Tries to
winds kind of blowing out to kind of test what's going
runes
on
around
around the
here.
platform, it catches up a bunch of the like goes down a little bit into the pits and creates a miniature firestorm that roars up out of control and chokes everyone with a cloud of steam and sulfur. I don't know if you've ever seen what happens when wind, like a strong wind, hits a pit of lava, but it creates a lot of fire. Kuro, you're up.
So is there any harmful effects from these winds right now, or is something we can brush off?
It's something you can brush off. It'll take a
Okay.
second of kind of like waiting for it to clear and then going back. Stings your eyes a little bit, but no like lasting penalties.
Okay, so after taking the dirt off my eyes and waiting for it to clear, I'm going to approach the platform and try to make sense of the arcane fabrications or even the machinery that might be present on the platform. What I want to see is Fowler's already pointed out a lot of the things that were like half finished and are not ready, but I want to see which ones of these are finished and can probably possibly be triggered. So that would be probably an Arcana.
Yeah, makes sense.
Can you hear
Yeah, sorry,
me?
sorry. I was doing something because it was on the wrong layer. So you can send the 33 Arcana will get you to. I think it's pretty sure it's 2 over hard DC because I think hard
It
DC
is.
is 31. Good. So you can tell 2 things pretty much immediately, and then after a little while, you get a third kind of extra detail. One is that there's a lot of the stone rubble that's here does look to be complete. It's just not actually assembled. So the pillars themselves look like they have a lot of work left to do to them, but they're fully assembled. The things that are on the ground here on either side are the opposite. They look like they're fully complete big blocks of stone with runes and stuff on them, and they seem to have a little bit of magic radiating off of them, but they aren't put together quite yet. You can also tell that the same stones that are around here on the sides are also making up this circle of 9, this 9 square block in the middle of this portal here. Seems to be embedded into the ground, the same sort of things that these stones show.
Okay.
The, the portal does seem to be inactive, but it also does seem to have this seem to be it would work as a linked portal circle if you knew the key, if you knew the combinations that you would need to use.
Okay. And for me to understand, did I get any clues on what would trigger something awful if I did something?
You're pretty sure that if you enter the wrong key into the portal circle, that's going to trigger some really bad things. There's nothing in here that seems like it's going to go nuts if you step on it or something like that. Like I said, everything here kind of looks like a work site, like someone just left everything put and then left.
So my thoughts to open the portal is we need to figure out the key and perhaps work on some of these things. Is that it?
Seems reasonable.
I'll let the party know that and move along.
Regdar, you're up.
All right, I'd like to approach the portal and see if I can tell if any of the keys are more worn than the others to see if they can reveal what the combination might be.
That is really okay. So Kuro and Regdar, when you guys come up, you're going to notice something a little odd. As you get to step onto the central platform, as soon as you step up there, you feel this kind of pull. That same sort of sensation that you felt of, kind of knowing roughly where Safaraktar was. You get this sensation as if there's something that's trying to pull its way out of your chest. And you guys can see the outsides of your armor, the part specifically around your chest is glowing a little bit with a faint white light. And you feel as if something is tugging on your soul.
I'll take a step back and go back to figuring out the boxes.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and approach and see if I can figure out, like I said, if I can tell which combination is actually worn compared to other. I mean, I'm assuming the runes are what activate the portal.
I mean, it's a reasonable thing to assume, and you can go ahead and give me an insight check to try to see if you can figure out, kind of puzzle out which one might be the one that fits the best, or a perception check would also work.
Oh man.
Everything here looks brand new. It doesn't actually look like this thing has ever been turned on.
Okay.
So you can't really look at things that are more worn because nothing has been worn yet.
Okay.
Everything seems to be in pristine condition. But Mackie, what are you doing during all this?
Vamaki will ask the others if those nice boxes might interact with anything, and then put his gouge away and pull out that funnel cake that he made this morning.
Gotcha. Meryl, you're up.
No, I'm just gonna go up and watch what other people are doing. I don't really have anything.
Okay. And there is no time constraint on this right now, so it's not that big of a deal if you don't feel like you want to contribute to stuff. I just want to make sure that everyone has a chance to contribute if they would like. Mistral, what are you doing? Where is Kuro on the map? Am I blind?
Right here.
Oh, okay. See.
I
Gotcha.
stepped back because I still don't have my box ready, basically.
So Mistral kind of wants to pull out like a bunch of books from her backpack and try to flip through them for any.
So what specific information are you looking for? What sort of historical context are you trying to get through here?
I'm basically looking for just notes in my books, basically about basic combinations for these kind of portals, maybe, or what this kind of portal could be, that sort of thing.
Okay. So Arcana check would probably work better than history, but history does work. Let's see if you have a 100% chance of days. Nope. So the 8 will be 6 higher, so that'll be a total of 27. You can tell looking through things, depictions of portal circles and things of that nature. This looks like it has all of the elements that you would need to use it as a generic linked portal circle. So if you guys have combinations of other linked portals that you guys have seen, for example, I assume everyone is forced to learn the combinations to the portal circle below the guild. You could actually use this to go straight to the guild if you wanted to, assuming that you could connect to it and the guild's wards didn't freak out because you opened it from hell. And you don't see anything that's obvious, again, because it is brand new, other than the fact that the other stones that are around, they look more like spares than anything else. Like someone might be able to bring a second circle. Badge of Idris, for example, would also allow you to link this to the island. So don't really get much more information beyond the fact of you know that it at minimum will function as a linked portal circle, and it has some other pieces to it that seems like it is linked to something specific, but you would need to know the key in order to know the first step of it. Basically, it's you put the key in, and then you might have to do something else. Falrus, you're up.
Okay, I'll just go to Kuro and wait till he, figures something out with the box, because I don't really want to put my soul into it.
Guru?
So you said before that I needed to know Abyssal to understand what the box says, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rector, you speak Abyssal, right?
I don't. I speak Primordial.
Oh, damn it. Does anyone here speak Abyssal?
No.
Okay. Interesting. So to improvise, right? You said first that I felt a similar tug, a tug when I walked into hell, and now when I went here as well. A question is, as I try to begin fumbling with the device, do I feel a special kind of, things that I know I should intrinsically be doing, or nothing comes to mind as I begin the motions of using the box?
You open the box, you close the box. It doesn't seem to have any obvious way of using it. I feel like if you could read kind of the instructions on the box, it would make it a little bit easier, but without some sort of knowledge of being able to intuit it or being able to get through it, it's going to be mostly trial and error, or you'll have to find some other way to use the box if the box is required, or to find some other way of getting through this.
Are they magically attuned? Can I just read its magic?
Yours doesn't seem to have any magic coming off of it, but everyone else's does. But you could try to mimic what everyone else's boxes have if someone will give you their box to try to improvise a solution.
Let's go. I'm good with this. Who trusts me out of you three? Oh, there should be four of you. So Merrill, Mistral, Rekdar, or Vimaki.
To Mackie, are you gonna give him a piece of your soul, or does he have to figure it out on his own?
Oh, what?
I'll
And Famaki
I'll
turns
give him a
around.
piece of mine.
Okay.
So what should I do right now? Roll something?
Yeah, so an Arcana check would be the obvious one of you have one that is complete and you have one that is incomplete. You can try to figure out how the magic works to be able to get it from the state that yours is in to the state that hers is in. It'd be way easier if you knew the language, but it is still possible otherwise. So the 37, even with the penalty, is going to be enough. You can sort of figure out that roughly what you need to do is there has to be a little bit of blood, a bit of will and intention to get this done. There doesn't seem to be anything necessarily inherently magical about it. Like, it's not actually arcane magic. It just seems to be an effect of slightly pulling away a soul. Maybe this is kind of how the demons and devils keep their contracts. And you know that it's going to have to involve some part of your body, although it could just be as small as like a drop of blood, and the will to seal the box closed once you have a piece of yourself within it.
Do I have any clue why she used the knuckles of? I mean, she used the part of finger, right?
Yeah, she used the last knuckle of the ring finger.
Do I have any idea why she did that?
No. It used other people's ears, so other pieces still seem to work.
All right, interesting. I'll guess I'll do my own with a bit of my ears then.
Okay.
Do I need to do something, or
So
can I just
you
do it?
slide it into place. You see you think about willing a piece of yourself into the box, and it clips closed, and you see it light up a little bit.
I'll make sure that this is in the safest pocket of all my pockets, and I'll give the Meryl's one back to Meryl.
Okay. Forrest, do you do a similar thing?
I just, cut my finger and let a few drops of blood pull in and, think hard on letting it close. And
Once you
no,
know the
not
trick to it, it's fairly easy to just kind of click it closed.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, Regdar, what are you doing?
I'm still trying to understand how to activate this portal, but I don't feel like we have a lot to go on.
I mean, I have something I can do, but I'm not sure I should go
So
now.
until I understand what we're trying to do to activate the portal, I mean, I'm looking to assist somebody in activating the portal if I can, or if there's something else that needs to be done. So I guess I'm delaying.
All right. Vimaki, are you still delaying? Don't have much you want to do?
I'll ask if the box is some sort of key and then doubling my face.
Meryl?
Yeah, I'm still delaying.
All right, so that's enough people that are saying that they're kind of waiting for people to go, so that I'm going to kind of pull it off of initiative order and go for the group of whoever would like to act and kind of what the group wants to do as a group. Go ahead and discuss kind of what your plans are.
Okay, so here's the thing. When I analyzed the ritual circle, did I think that this was made with the aid of Saphiractor, or do I think that this was purely the citizens of this plane's work?
For this piece over here?
For this part, yeah, for the
Everything here, you guys have seen Saphiractor's lair before. You've seen the way that he does things. Everything here seems to be a mixture between Abyssal and Draconic. It's pretty clear that Saphiractor made this stuff, or if he didn't, people that were his servants that used the same sort of stuff made it.
Okay, good. So I think that's a good clue there. So I went to Saphiractor's lair, I explored it, I listened to his taunts. As I was, perhaps there was something intrinsic in his magic that was repeated over and over, and that might give us a clue on what the key might be. Can I try to find some sort of pattern on the magic I found before on his cave, and something that I'm seeing reflected here again?
Yeah, that's an awesome justification for an insight check.
Insight. Ragnar, you can do that, right?
I can certainly assist you.
Uh, yeah. Kid.
I mean,
I'm terrible at insight.
I was gonna say, if Kuro has the idea but he doesn't know how to do stuff, he can ask Regdar to make the check. I'm perfectly okay with that.
Oh, all right then. Okay.
So, looking through things, you can tell that in the pile of stones over here and the pile of stones down here, as well as the stones that are imbued here, they seem to be repeated in sets of 3. The same sort of images of the portal, of protection and things seem to be repeated again and again. This looks like it is designed fairly similar to his area where it shows kind of the final encounter area where people actually fought Sapphire Aktar with the obelisks. That all the obelisks did something and they had a purpose and they could do other things, but they were specifically doing things for empowering Sapphire Aktar. The stones here also have those same sorts of things. Like everything here, yes, this might be a portal, but it has another effect as well. It has another protective nature effect, and you feel like there is either some sort of there's a fail safe, not necessarily a trap, so to speak, but if you get things wrong, things will go very, very wrong very quickly. And everything is set up the same sort of paranoid way that Sapphire Aktar did things. That everything here is something set to blow up in people's face if they don't get it right.
Is there a clue in the portal that he opened for Namur to give her to her children? Is there any kind of inkling we can gather from the portal he opened for that?
He did use the same sort of magics for that sort of stuff, and it seemed like all of his portals were the portal that he opened. He destroyed an obelisk to get it done. Um, and you think that the portal here that's in the middle is kind of odd that it's far away from the other things that normally he does an obelisk that does something and then other things happen. The portal stones that are here seem like they're too far away from the obelisk to be the same sort of pattern. So it seems to be a break in the pattern that it's in the middle of the open area rather than being, one of the obelisks that is actually the portal instead. Looking through the different things here, you can see, like I said, there are symbols that are repeated here, here, and here. There's lots of symbols that they do not share in common, but there are a few that are in common among the stones that are gathered along the base of the pillars here, the stones that are gathered along the base of the pillars here, and the ritual circle.
Are you pointing to something because I'm not seeing anything?
I'm on the wrong layer. So the stones that are gathered here, the stones that are gathered here, and the stones that are set into the ground here, they have a lot of images, a lot of runes and sigils that are not in common, but they do all share a common set of runes as well.
I think we're getting close. Still need more.
So yeah, what are people doing?
Did you see Miss Roll's question?
Is it possible to reverse engineer the language? What would you like to have for the language? One of the languages is Draconic, and I think ideally someone here speaks it, but maybe not. The other language is Abyssal. You don't have any translations to be able to figure out what something was saying, but you can read the Draconic and you can see the Abyssal is not adjacent to the Draconic; it's intermixed, like someone who's using both languages at the same time. Yep.
Basically, what I want to know is if I can use the draconic pieces that I see to figure out what the abyssal pieces would mean.
Okay. So
like just missing words, I assume.
Read between the lines that you can't do, fill in the blanks. You can do that. That is an insight check.
Oh, I'm up again, huh? All right.
Keep bringing you pieces. I don't know. We don't know what this stuff means.
Oh,
Give us answers.
I think it might mean this.
I mean, Rector, you worshipped this thing that you really shouldn't be worshipping, but whatever. So
what are you talking about?
Make your skills to good use.
They're saying, well, we're in hell, and you worship the Lord of this place, so you should know what's going on.
Yeah, well, I killed Sapphire Aktar. I don't worship Sapphire Aktar.
So, looking through it and remembering bits and pieces from Sapphire Aktar's lair, you can sort of gather everything together to see that there are two different things here. The pieces that you can read and the pieces that can be read for you by Mistral, who knows the language, can show that there is a portal here, and there is a thing that's set around this thing to be a linked portal. But that's kind of all you can get between the lines. most of the stuff that's written in Draconic is actually about protection, is about guardians, is about warding the entrance to everything against those people without a soul. So you can see that the stuff that you can't really read is probably the actual mechanics of this portal. The stuff that you can read is talking about there being guardians in place to prevent people from going through.
Okay, so if we can leverage that to bypass the guardians, that might prevent us from paying a cost for passing through the portal. As far as activating the portal, that's handled by the abyssal bit, and I have no help for you. The only thing we know is that some of these symbols occur in all three areas, and so maybe they have to do with activating the portal, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm throwing that to the gang, unless anybody else has any ideas.
Why don't I have Ritual Caster? That's my idea number one.
Crickets, crickets.
So, I mean, the only plan I've got for you guys is that one of us needs to be at each set of runes, and we can press the 3 similar runes simultaneously and hope that it activates the portal.
There was something else. Something was. These two were opposites from each other somehow. Can you clarify that again, Gary? Like these two sets? Because one was assembled but not in place, and one was not in place but assembled.
Let me explain this a little bit better. So at the base of these 4 pillars on either side, so let's just take one side to make life easy. The pillars that you see on the map look like they are properly assembled, but they aren't active. So this is an obelisk that is ready to be used for stuff, but it's not been turned on, it's not had the runes finished on it, it's just put together and they have to kind of do the finishing touches. The other thing is that around each of the pillars, there are stones that are gathered around the ground that look like they are magically active. They have runes on them, they give a faint light, they look like they're completed objects, but they're not put together. They look like they needed to be assembled like building blocks. So the point that I'm trying to make is that the obelisks that are here are together, but they're not empowered. There's no magic in them. They're just sort of a blank slate ready to have stuff put on top of them. The things that are on the ground look like they are pieces of stuff, and they have a lot of the magic and the sigils and that sort of stuff that you would have on them, but they're not really in any kind of order. They're all just kind of like left haphazardly along the ground. They don't seem to be assembled into anything that would make sense.
So perhaps if we try to start assembling these things into something that makes sense, perhaps we'll get extra clues on how this works. So maybe we should start there. Because even if we assemble them, it's unlikely it will power the things on its own, right? I think that sounds right.
Seems reasonable, yeah. Either the completed stones, from the earlier checks, either the completed stones look like they should probably have something to do with this bigger portal circle, or the bigger portal area, or that the completed stones, the ones that have powers in them, need to have something done with them, the obelisks.
Well, I can use athletics if there's physical stuff that needs to be done in order to adjust some of this things into their proper place.
Each of the stones looks like it's about 20 to 25 pounds. So it's not something that's going to be heavy to carry around, but not something that's going to require checks.
Okay. So to begin with, how do I go about figuring out what should be the order of this? Should I use my arcane knowledge, or is there a better way to do this?
You could use your arcane knowledge, yeah, to try to see how the pieces fit together.
And let's start with that. Or Missile, maybe your arcane is better than me. I only have plus 20.
Yours is better.
The same.
Okay, so let's go with Arcana.
So you pick up one of the pieces as it sits on top of the obelisk. You see it kind of fill with a little bit of power. several of the pieces on the side of the obelisk light up with energy, start shedding light in every direction. The light pulses, and you get a sensation like there's something else that it's doing, something else that's going on. It does seem to be active, but you can see as it's pulsing, the pulses are very slowly getting weaker and weaker, as if there might be a timer set to this. I'm going to put everyone in initiative order now. Well, I'm going to make sure everyone is actually paying attention to initiative order now. So Kuro, I'm putting you at the top. Actually, I'm not going to do that because you set off the timer. And you can see that the that one thing seems to be glowing as if there is some sort of timer or some sort of countdown that has started. You guys don't have to be in order, but everyone needs to act in initiative. So, Meryl, do you want to do something as you see this sort of timer start?
And it started when he put the thing on.
I'm sorry?
And no, push me back one.
Mistral.
Mistral is going to try to assemble blocks on the core.
I didn't hear that, but point. You're assembling the blocks on something.
Yeah, the pillar next to Koro.
Okay. So go up to the pillar next to Kuro, please. So you figure out, you kind of move some of the blocks around. You go to pick up one of the blocks, and as you see, you go to put it up on the ledge. It doesn't, the obelisk doesn't seem to react to it. So you put one of them down and pick another one up, and then as soon as you lift it up next to it, you see it start to give off a little bit of a glow right as it slides and clicks into place. Meryl.
Okay, I want to do the same thing for the next one.
Okay.
And then, God, is there any other check I could do besides Arcana for that?
I mean, are you good at thievery? I would suggest that perhaps you would carefully try to get those pieces close to it, but not close enough so they would activate and just, go by trial and error, but carefully.
That would definitely work if you have good thievery.
I have a less crappier thievery than I have a crappy Arcana, so I'll go for that.
So you trying to figure out, you almost tap it against the side of it, and you see some of the runes die down. The area gets a little bit cold, and you see it start to crackle with lightning very slightly. And then you pull that one down, put another one up, and slide it into place. You felt like you were really close to failure right there, but were able to slide it in time. Valrus, you're up.
Okay, could I see, what the three of those things had in common and, try to make out the pattern in...
So each of those three different stones looked completely different. Specifically, that they look like different different letters in a combination, or different letters in a word, or different parts of the same sentence, but none of them were the same. You can see that there are several ones on here that look similar to the three that are already in place, but the three that are actually in place and are now glowing, they look like stones, but none of them have any of the same runes on them.
Alright, and this one is glowing as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, just okay. I guess I would be... I guess I would go to this one and try to,
I'd like to shout at Valrus that they may need to be activated in sequence.
I know, that's why I'm doing this. And, delicately try to, put whatever, find the one that's working nice.
Okay, so using thievery to do the whole trial and error, get it really close, and then not have it explode in your face?
Yeah, pretty much.
Success. Kuro?
Okay. I'm really confused, Gary. Are these red squares here meaning that these are different from the Lord Merrill and Fowler's have done so far, or?
So ideally, you should three red squares at the top, one red square at the bottom. Those are the obelisks that are currently active.
We don't see the one by Lord Merrill.
Oh, sorry.
No problem.
I think you probably have these two on wrong layer.
Fixed.
Okay. So to try not to repeat everything that has already been done. Could I move to here, and now that I'm seeing all of these format and they begin to have a magical pattern, can I try to improvise and think, you know what, if I put myself in the shoes of Saphir Rector and one of the creatures from this plane, and I were to do something like this, how would I do it? Perhaps a bluff?
Sure. So you're like, I would probably put this one at the bottom of the stack, and I'll pull this one from the bottom of the stack. Now I'd make it one below the bottom of the stack, just to mess with the people that think it's at the bottom of the stack. You slide it into place, and it clicks the obelisk lighting up.
Nice.
Redgar, you're up.
Sure, I'm gonna, I guess, move to here, and I'm gonna use athletics to rapidly move each stone within like I noticed that when you move a stone, it either the pillar reacts to it or not. So I'm just gonna rapidly move all of the stones towards the pillar until I figure out which one it reacts to.
Okay. So you rapidly go through. You see, almost as you're putting one down, you see it light up as you're moving them very quickly back and forth, and then you're able to pick that one back up and slide it into place. Vimaki, you're up.
That was my plan. How about I move up and try to do a similar thing, but try to do it more, I don't want to say acrobatically, but kind of flipping it together so I'm not actually staying as close to it. I'm kind of flipping it and moving it and rotating it more.
So that would be thievery, probably.
Okay.
If that's what you're aiming for.
That seems incredibly worse.
Do keep in mind that this pillar DC is 22, and I mean, if you're not confident or don't have an idea, you can just skip probably.
Vimaki gets that really pained eye twitch, like he's trying to think kind of look, and hopes he can step back.
All right, so you pass.
Yes, please.
So at the end of the, I think that's the end of the round, right? Pretty sure because someone delayed. Yeah. So at the end of the round, you see the pillars flash a little bit. You see the light die from several of the pillars, and there is a significant feel like there's a buildup of magic around. You get the strong sensation that if you all do not get this done quickly, then it is going to trigger some sort of something. Mistral, you're up first. You can see that the stones and everything that are gathered around are being filled with this pervasive light and energy. It's very distracting with all of the sigils being lit, with all of the kind of area around sort of filling with that strong sense of sulfur. Everything is kind of distracting a little bit, and so you're pretty certain that the DCs are going to be a little bit harder for this round.
Okay. Mr. is probably going to once again guidance, and she.
Say, I don't think you have guidance to the
With
past because
history,
you've already used it.
it's a free action if I use it for history.
Okay.
It's not expended if I use it for history.
Okay. So this will expend it.
So Yep, this will expend it.
Okay. So you go up, you're trying to think, oh, well, this is how this is. You're like, oh, well, I see the two pieces that are on the other side. This makes perfect sense. This just slides into place here. And as you go and place the thing that is the mirror image of the one on the other side into the place and slide it into place, as soon as the stone hits the top of the pillar, you recognize that it didn't light up at all as it went down, but it was really hard to see it wasn't lighting up with all of the light around you. And as it clicks into place, this wash of energy flows over the top of the platform, sending a scattering of little stones spinning around as two large clumps of stone form up together. So I'm going to do this all at once, and then I will change things, which might be kind of cool for you guys to see what this did. So I was trying to see if there's a way to do this without it being crazy, but there's not really. So these guys form up there, that guy forms up there. So you see the areas around, little wisps of spirits kind of flow up from the fires down below, and then bash up against a barrier like it's something that is preventing them from getting in. And the two on the top are destroyed, and one of the two on the bottom is destroyed. You can tell that these piles of bones that are forming up at the edge of the ledge look like they are um, not quite functional. They will not be able to take standard actions on their first turn. And as the different ones form up, you can see that the two piles of stones, this one and this one of them looks like it's missing some pretty significant pieces, and so it is going to start bloodied. It is also going to start in hollowed stance, which I'll explain that in a second. The one on the bottom, however, it does look like it is also injured, but it's not. It's got enough of the pieces of itself that it's not quite bloodied. So I'm going to go ahead and hand you guys a handout real quick. This handout is a general handout, and then depending on what you guys do in the adventure, it changes certain things. So, yeah, read the handout, and then I'll explain more stuff.
May I ask a question?
Sure, go ahead.
Do we need to bloody both of the gatekeepers in order to get through?
That I will explain in a second.
Okay.
I have multiple questions, but I guess I should wait.
Just give me a 1 in chat for a once over, and then I'll explain the room, and it should make things make a lot more sense. Cool. So, as the creatures start to form up, when the Eidolon Gatekeeper goes in, it is going to enter its stance immediately because it is now bloodied, and it is going to show this ability. So when the Eidolons form up, there are these big masses of stones with all of these runes and sigils on them. The one that's to the north, when it forms up, you can see in its chest, the stones that are missing form a circle and form a portal big enough for a medium-sized creature to go through. It looks like it would be a bit of a tight fit, like you'd have to crawl, but you get the strong sensation that you could teleport through it. There's you can have line of sight through the portal. Also, as Glacia had said when she gave you the little pieces, if you throw a piece through and then head through the portal, then you're able to do so. On the handout, and make sure that I'm not crazy that I did put this in the handout. You can move into their square to be teleported to the other side, and that teleportation will happen at the end of your next turn. So basically, you say that you're going to enter, and your body fades through the portal, and then over the next round, it slowly fades and gets to the other side of the portal. Once you're on the other side of the portal, you have left the combat. You've left the encounter. You're now on the other side. Looking through the hole in the center of the Eidolon's chest, you can see that the area within looks like a graveyard of some kind with massive stacks of bones. And you can see the skulls and the pieces of dragons kind of laying around everywhere. So, to answer the question that was asked, you do not need to bloody both of the Eidolons, and you can tell that the Eidolons, as they have that hole in the middle, are degrading quickly, because the magic that was used to create them was not quite complete yet. They were not properly created. So I need to adjust hit points for a second. And go ahead, other questions.
So interacting with the remaining pillars now seems pointless. That's my question number one.
Correct.
Ragnar?
I think we still can open this portal, is it not true?
So the pieces that you would need to open the other pieces are now in the Guardian. So you could, I guess, it would be possible for you to kill this one, get the pieces, figure out which pieces you need, and then put them into here. But that's going to be quite difficult.
Okay.
Not impossible, but quite difficult.
So our goal here is to throw our checks at this gatekeeper and then go through, basically.
That is the goal. And since all of you guys have either had Glacia do the soul thing for you, or you have figured out a way to do it yourself, you don't have to do the first part of the challenge. The first part of the challenge being you have to separate a piece of your soul. The second part of the challenge is you have to toss it through the portal and actually get through.
What kind of action is it to toss the box?
Ideally, I have it listed, but I might not. I think it's just a skill check that you have to justify. Yes, so it's just a skill check as normal, although I should have it listed as one of the options, so I will fix the handout. Any other questions?
So to my understanding, we have to get adjacent to these guys, throw our pieces into there, then spend a move or a standard action to step into the portal, and then we'll be done at the beginning of the next turn, independently of what happens?
Correct.
Okay.
Cool. So if you do not have questions, you've read the handout, you know what's going on, you're ready for me to say roll initiative, please type 1 into chat. Or actually, for make life easy, just go ahead and roll initiative, and that is your sign that you're ready to go. All right. So, Regdar, you did not win initiative, so go ahead and do your trigger thing.
There.
Are you inside of someone's square?
Am I not allowed to be? I thought that's where we would go to be transported after we toss through the of ourselves.
You have to be adjacent and then do a movement action to enter.
Oh, well then I'll just be adjacent.
All right. Looks like Fowers is up first.
Okay, I just had this thought. Considering these guys are pretty much made of those rune tiles, could I make a TV check to try and disable this guy? Since we don't need him.
You could.
as a standard action.
Mhm.
So, oh, that's it. Not one.
So you see one of the creatures that is just starting to form react to your use of the skill. This dervish that's down here.
Mhm.
It is going to shift away from you, Kuro. So if you want to punish him, he's shifting. I don't know if that matters for you.
Yeah, if he just shifts when I can't do anything.
He's going to shift more than one. I'm just starting to move him.
Yeah, I don't think I can punish shifts.
Okay, so he's going to go to there. That is not the correct trigger, although now you know that that's a trigger. Sorry. This is the correct trigger.
Okay.
So, because I clicked the wrong button, but it's the exact same number, so I'll use the first one. So 40 and 33 AC.
40 is going to hit.
Yes, you can interrupt, Mishral. I'm making stuff, so I'm making attacks, so do your thing.
Okay, Dimensional Vortex is going to happen. Three-one versus Will.
31 will connect.
I guess he can teleport and hit one of his buddies instead.
Okay. So he becomes a target, which would mean the attack was 40 AC, which will connect for 26, and I didn't add the extra damage. So 34 points of damage.
34?
Well, I mean to the skeleton, not to you,
Okay.
Forrest.
Yeah.
Alright, continue your turn, Forrest.
Okay, that was a thing. Next thing, I
By the way,
guess
did it have any effect what Walrus did?
He failed, so no.
Okay.
Next thing, I'm.
Oh, he didn't fail. He was a 30, but it was just a crit fail, but it was still a thievery. What were you trying to do? I'm sorry, because I was focusing on my triggers.
Me?
Yes.
The 30. I was trying to deactivate somehow the idol. This one that is next to me.
Okay. So you know that you can do one of the actions that's on there. Are you trying to like daze him? Or are you trying to turn up one of his abilities? What are you trying to do?
I do not know what his abilities are, so I guess what I would try to do is, you know what? I guess I will daze him.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go ahead and low slash the sprite, the minor. For 31 versus reflex.
31 versus reflex will definitely connect. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the reflex is garbage.
Okay.
Oh, hang on. On the spirit, I'm sorry, or this guy?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that is probably not going to connect. Let me double check. It does not. I'm sorry.
Alright, so good enough. Then I'm going to as a movement. You know what? I'm going to action point and use Buffalo the Blade. First attack on the guys that are next to me. One, two. First on, I guess book order, if that matters. Or whatever.
So the 42 and is the 30 with combat advantage included? It looks like it is.
Yes. Yes, it's a number of two. Roll of two.
Doesn't matter because it hits anyways. So the white fire sphere dies. When he dies, this happens. Blows up into a column of flame.
Oh,
So
okay.
that is going to be Vimaki, Thalrus, and Mistral. Your ongoing 10 fire and radiant save ends.
I thought it was burst 2.
Yeah, it's bursting.
Oh, it is burst 2. Sorry. So Vimaki and Thalrus.
Okay, I will, I guess, slide this guy one to the right, because why not? And then shift up to here, making the other attack against these guys.
Okay. So how are you shifting to there? Is the question.
Path of the blade. I can
No.
shift.
What's your
Oh.
path? The path of this blade? What is it?
I guess I would go like this.
Okay. So when you go and leave this square here, this guy's gonna punch you.
Okay.
And I hit the totally wrong stuff for the. So I imagine would the 40 hit?
40 is plus 6. That's a hit right on.
Yeah. So a total of 24 damage. He used a free action and he has an immediate as well. So he used his free action previously and he is now using his immediate action.
Okay, so I get up to here. And I'm going to pull the blade, both of them. Crit. I will sneak attack the crit, so that's a total of 87 damage on the critted one.
Ow.
And 24 on the not critted one. The not critted one will get seed 1.
Okay.
The critted one will take another 24 damage at the start of their turn.
Okay.
And grant CA, I can use a basic attack on him, I will do that. He's not bloodied. He's not bloodied, right?
He is not bloodied, correct.
Okay. 44 versus AC for 16 damage.
He's now bloodied.
Okay. And I will shift up to here. And I have a move action left, I believe. So I will throw the thing I have, the box, into the Eidolon that is right here.
Okay. So you see the stones around the edge of the Eidolon's body, tries to lash out and try to smack the thing, the box out of the way to prevent it from going inside of the portal. Go ahead and make your check to avoid getting it knocked out of the way. You can
Okay.
also tell that if an Eidolon was, for example, dazed, it would not be able to do this.
Okay, so I guess I will use Thievery to,
Just toss it in.
Okay.
Just tap. I'm just imagining the like stab, 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 and chuck. And yes, your thing slides through the portal, and you are now able to enter the Eidolon. Mark yourself with the lightning bolt, if you would not mind, so that everyone can see who has completed the first part of the challenge.
Okay.
Kuro, you're up.
Okay, people. Here's the thing. For me, completing the challenge is trivial. I can do even so right now. Should I wait till more people are ready? No waiting. Okay. So I will at least try to make things easier for my companions. I am going to use my tumbling strike on the skeletal dervish as I move like this to here.
Okay.
Will it get a wait? What? Oh, okay, it worked. Okay, good. For 35 versus AC.
And that's against this guy?
Yeah.
He is bloodied. I didn't mark him, but he is bloodied.
So for 51 points of damage.
Okay.
I will then offhandedly just throw the rock carefully into the right place, and I'll begin melding with it, and I'm done.
Okay. So you do your minor action or standard action and move action.
Yes,
you,
basically.
Okay. So as you take the standard action to step into his square, he is going to try to punch you. 42 versus AC.
That will hit actually.
It is an opportunity attack, as a note. So.
Yeah, that doesn't help right now.
Okay. Well.
So 21 damage teleport. Does this mean that I cannot get out at my at the end?
Yeah, it means when you go to step into his square, and you go to enter the Eidolon square, he smacked you and shut the door on you. So you go to step in and you cannot teleport, so nothing happens.
How long is the days on the gatekeepers?
The days down here or the one from
Yeah.
the skill challenge.
The one from the skill challenge, I guess.
Is it until the end of your next turn? I'll put that on the handout as well.
Okay, so I'm going to action point and make him dazed
Okay.
by messing with the mechanisms that are basically forming his whole body.
All right.
I would roll something, but I think it's pointless.
Yeah, you do the thing. You roll in at one, you still succeed. So, especially with an action point, because you have like bonuses on action points. Meryl, you're up.
Okay, and I want to double check. Is he? You said he's dazed.
He is
Or
now
no?
dazed. Yes.
Okay, I want to go ahead and standard action to try to sneak, my box, like the piece of my, piece of myself in it, with while he's distracted, like beating on Falris and Kuro and whatnot.
Okay. So using like a bluff.
Oh yeah, that works. I was gonna do stealth. Either
Stealth
one
works too. Yeah, both of those are legit.
Oh, so they still need to do it when they are dazed? Okay.
Yeah, you still have to check it in there, but it's very, very easy, and you succeed.
Cool. And then I am going to just play on the safe side action point. I'm gonna taste of life his ass just in case I take damage.
Okay. Keep in mind, I did post earlier what his stance does.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. So he takes 12.
Yep, and I'll get my healing surge, and then move action. I'm going to step into a square.
Okay. So mark yourself with the lightning bolt and a 2 that says you're on the second phase of the challenge. So basically, you're going to be disappearing at the end of the round, or the end of your next turn.
Okay, and I want to. Oh, it doesn't count me as being in a square right then.
I'm sorry. You can if you want to. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because I was going to help some of my team members by marking some of these people. So I'll call a challenge after I do that.
Isn't that going to immediately fade? Oh no, call a challenge, not the other one. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
So this guy here. Although I should have had my guys react when people were doing skill checks. I'm just bad at life. Green. And this guy is green. Oh, no, I shouldn't have because of skill challenge. Yeah, I did it right.
Yep.
Alright, is that it for Meryl?
Yep, that'll be it for me.
This Eidolon begins his turn, looks around, sees that things are not going very well. He is going to minor action to summon some burning spirits.
He's dazed.
Oh, he's dazed, right. So he's not going to do that. He's just going to enter his stance. And that's it. He'll end his turn. Dervish. Dervish cannot take an action on his first turn, or he can't take a standard on his first turn, so he is just going to move to here.
I'm gonna bite him for that because I cannot enter the portal, so I might as well move.
Okay.
So moving back.
You're immobilized, so I assume you're
Uh,
not. Oh,
I
you
saved.
saved out of it.
I saved. And there it is, the 17.
Yep. Go ahead.
So I need him to be one back because that's when I'm going to make the attack. But
He hasn't moved yet. Then.
Strike. No. Did it go through? Good. What the fuck is going on today? So that's 19 plus 17. Thank God for this mouse. 36 points of damage.
All right. So he'll walk down to here. The Eidolon will take 30 points of damage. As you see, the edges of the portal start to degrade and break apart. He is dazed and he has all this stuff on him, so he is going to attempt to smack somebody. looks like it's probably going to be Kuro. Yeah, Kuro's the one that makes... Oh, no, he's marked by Meryl. He'll smack Meryl. So 30 AC on Meryl, which will
That'll
miss.
miss.
And then he is done. Dervish, who is very bloodied. He takes 24 damage at the start of his turn. He is even more bloodied. He's going to move through his buddy to here, and then end. And Regdar, you're up.
Okay, so I'd like to know, this guy here, is he, are both of the gatekeepers immune to forced movement, or is it just this one that is?
The one, when they are bloodied, they are immune. So I will click that again.
So it's just the bloodied one. It's just the bloodied one. And in your text on the stance, it says when they move, they break out of the stance. Does that include if they are forcibly moved?
It does.
Okay, great. All right. I am going to... go ahead.
Ryan, I will do it as like a free action. I passed him.
Do what as a free
He'll
action?
slid like move him.
All right. I will use... I guess I'll go ahead and use my standard action to toss to use athletics to toss my box into the portal.
Okay. Can you fail easy DC? I don't think you can.
Doubt it. Tried.
Easily done.
Great. And then we'll go ahead and use my move action to shift here.
Okay.
And I'm done.
Spirit.
A question: to get out of here, you just need to move into there, or do you need to take like a move action?
It has to be a move action.
Okay.
To go through the portal. Or you could use, if you have any powers that teleport, for the purposes of going through the other side of the portal, you can see it. So you could use any action that teleports as well, or any action that is a move action, or any ability or action or anything else that uses a teleport.
Okay.
So the spirit is going to fly in to here, and it is going to charge on Regdar. Uh, 28 versus reflex on Regdar. Nice. I missed your reflex. And he is done. Vimaki, you're up.
So if I teleport in, I can teleport into the square, so like there.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, I'd like to use quick draw and wrench out my. It's the fan thing.
Keep in mind, you want to put your piece of your soul in there first. Otherwise, horrible things happen to you.
Right. Wouldn't I have 2 more actions to attempt that though?
You do. I'm just making sure that you're aware that if you fail, bad things happen.
True. Where is that silly macro that says teleport 5 and do damage? Man.
Don't forget you need to toss the thing before doing that.
So is that a thing? It has to be before I enter that square?
I think so.
If you do not do it before, it will strongly penalize you. Doesn't mean it's impossible. It means that it will hurt a lot.
Okay. Then I guess I have to run then. I run to there, around all the fun stuff. I'll use a miner to basically punch my box into his chest. Is that cool with you?
Mhm.
Athletically?
Mhm. Easily done.
And then I'll teleport inside.
Okay. And if you're using a teleportation power, it does not take a check.
I'll hit that power as soon as I find it.
Okay. Mistral, you're up.
So free action mark this uh, Eidolon guy, and then I'll Windwalker past him into the standard action, I guess. What is the DC for a minor action to throw my soul in?
I think it is listed. So it is a hard DC minor. Normally, it is a moderate DC now that it is dazed.
Okay, I will do a minor action to throw my soul in.
Okay. And were you moving the other guy or no?
Uh, yes, I free action mark him and slide him down the stairs, 6 squares.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard. I didn't see the macro for mark, but you just said I mark, which is fine.
Alright, so I pass, and then as a action, I will hop into this square, and I'm done.
Dervish will cry that it still doesn't get actions, and it'll go here and then be done. And top of the order, Forest, you can see the Dervish seem to be fully functional now and actually able to react and pay attention to things. Forest, you're up.
Okay, first question. Do I think there is space in the portal to walk into?
Yes, you can teleport more people inside of the portal.
Okay, because it's the crit. I guess I will attack the sprite and the dervish that is bloodied. Um, mm, yeah, that's good. 37, 45. I'll add the sneak attack on the second one.
And this is on the two dervishes or the spirit and the dervish?
A spirit and the dervish that's bloodied.
They both die. One of them gives ongoing to everybody and their mother.
Oh, actually, it's 6 squares.
Gotcha. So it goes over there and then explodes.
Okay. And the other dice. Okay. I get to move 3 squares, but I don't think I want to move from there. That's okay. Okay. Let me see. I guess I will just. Yeah, I just move to the provoking.
Okay. So the one that's marked by Meryl, go ahead and make your attack, please. Or do your thing for violation. So he takes 14 points of damage. And it's a minus 2, right, for yours, Meryl?
-3 with mark wording.
So the crit will hit and the dice just died for some reason? Like that macro is not broken, it just doesn't like it. So if a 40 AC crits you, then 44 damage.
Yep.
Does the 40 AC crit?
40 AC crits right on.
Okay.
My AC.
So 44 points of damage. From the first guy, and the second guy, who is not marked, is going to swing.
Take it. Yeah.
I don't know why it's broken. I don't even. Why is it only the second half of the attack? Because those are identical. Whatever. 34 I assume misses you, and the crit I assume crits you.
Yes.
There must be an extra open 6. The 6 in the first part of it that's broken is highlighted.
Watch this. It worked fine there.
Huh.
Just
Well, quit rolling crits. Weird.
Should I take
47 points of damage from the second crit. I don't know why.
Are
it
they
was weird like
supposed to crit on a 19 or 20?
They are, yes.
Okay, I'm bad, but I'm going to use my action to enter the my move action to enter the guy.
Okay.
And he's technically still dazed.
He is still dazed, yes, until the end of Kuro's turn.
Okay, then I will use dagger speed on the one that is marked because I can. And that will be all from. That's a miss probably.
28 AC does miss, unfortunately. Kuro, you're up. I'm gonna slightly move everyone just to make it to where I can actually see people. But I understand that you're actually in those squares that are closer in, so. Because I need to see my monster.
Will be teleported if he's unconscious?
What's up?
If Falras is unconscious, will he still be teleported next time? That's my question.
He has been teleported now, so. No, he didn't enter until now. So yeah, if he is unconscious, you need to be conscious to teleport. Is the answer to the question. So if he passes out before the end of his next turn, no.
Okay, that makes my choices clear. Minor action. Oh, this positioning though. Can somebody else heal Falras, or should I? No, nobody else will be here. That's the problem. So I need to.
No, I will Iron Resurgence him on my turn.
But won't you be teleported on your turn?
At the end of my next turn, I will be, yes.
Okay, so you're good. So I will simply. Yeah, I will just perfect feint. So I can combat the advantage against these two. I will step inside the portal and prepare my newest power, my Lashing Portal Blade Stance. Yeah, that sounds cool, right?
Sounds good to me.
And I guess I would be on this square then. Here.
So do you move or shift?
Shift. Wait. Does the shift immobilized? They're punishing on shifts.
It doesn't.
Then let's definitely shift. Actually, move. Moving is slightly smarter. Let's move. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that way I get the bonus against
Bonus
the
to defensive? Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it might actually works unless, like Falras, which was completely faulty for some fucked up reason. Why are the two of them getting attacks?
Only one of them is, but he missed, so he's going to make a second attack with Cage of Steel. And for some reason, it just fucked up horribly, but I missed twice, so it doesn't matter.
That's so weird, Gary.
I don't know why it's broken. I don't know why it's only broken half of the time either, so whatever.
Yeah, you need to bottle that and put it in other DM's macros to play with them.
Yeah, I guess. I'll figure it out. That's the weirdest error. Okay, so, Meryl, you're up.
Okay, just wondering, if I teleport through all the way, will all my marks drop off?
If you leave the encounter, your marks will drop off, yes.
Okay, well, catch you later, Bill and Ted. I'm heading through.
So you just end your turn and you teleport through?
Yep.
Okay. The Gatekeeper. Oh, it's the one that's way over here. What's the speed? His speed is garbage. What his speed is. Okay, so he's gonna move 5 squares to here, and he's gonna enter his stance, and he's gonna be done. The dervish.
Oh, he gets crit. Damn it.
Yo, dog. Crits.
I heard people have macros for this.
I've heard some people even put it in their attack macro itself.
That's crazy. 76 points of damage.
He is now bloodied. Really doesn't want to attack you because you just gave a huge penalty to attacking, but the other guy has lots of defenses, so he's going to swing at Mistral. That is not the correct damage expression, like even kind of. Thank you, game. Does 33 or 25 hit you? Cool. He is going to Cage of Steel. And the damage expression is going to break again. He's got a crit once, though. So the crit's going to crit for 61. Oh, and the hit's going to be 43 because for whatever reason that one wasn't broken. So 43. And Dervish is going to end his turn. Gatekeeper here, who is not currently dazed. He is going to start his turn, take 30 points of damage. You see the Gatekeeper's body continue to deteriorate as if it has almost completely fallen apart. You're pretty sure that if he starts another turn, he's going to die forever. Unless someone stabilizes
Does he
him.
still have the resist 20?
So it cannot be resisted, the 30 resist 30 thing.
But does he?
He does still have resist 30? Yes.
Okay, so I'll
Or resist
let
20,
him bleed.
sorry.
I'll lashing blade him because I don't want to get hit by him.
Wait. You know that's how we get to the other side, right?
Yes, but I will deal no
So if
damage
you-
because I
so
won't
if you-
sneak attack.
So if you kill him,
But you crit.
can't get him.
I crit.
I
Okay.
don't understand this. Why would you do that?
Because, well, look. Holy shit, 46 damage on that.
Which is enough to kill him.
Oh my god.
So those of you guys that were bound to teleport through that guy's thing at the end of the round, your piece of your soul is still on the other side, but since he is gone, you do not have the second piece of the challenge. So you have to find another way in. You have to find it, go through another portal. So everyone set your lightning bolt back down to 1.
I'm sorry, people. I did not expect the crit. And I did not expect the crit to be enough to kill him. I did not count the resistance, by the way. I don't know if that matters.
He had 15 health left. So Regdar, you're up.
I will Iron Resurgence Valorous as a minor. Let's see, I'm actually here.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I'll fix it. He's actually, so when the portal dies, all the people, this is important. So when the portal dies, all of the people who were in his square, which I actually think is those people, you may either stay in the square that you're in, or you may exit into a square adjacent to where you were. So if you were sharing squares with people, you can move out and that sort of stuff.
Well,
It is not a shift.
I need you guys. Okay, first of all, I need to go where Mistral is, and I need Valorous to stay adjacent to me. All right, so Iron Resurgence on Valorous. Going to go ahead and do a charge, I guess, on the two dervishes.
Seems like an odd choice, but okay.
Well, what else can we do? We got to take these things down so we can get into the other.
Nah, I just meant it seemed like you would start here and then charge.
Oh, I don't.
Oh, you're using Hydra Charge. Got it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So 33 and 32 versus AC.
33 will hit and 32 will also hit. So it's
Great.
like 24 damage to each of them.
Right, 24 and -2 penalties to attack, and I'll mark both. Can we? So maybe I don't understand this entirely. Could we actually teleport through the portal if we have the ability to teleport?
If you have an open portal and the ability to teleport, yes. This one is not on, so this one is not here at all.
Open.
And this Eidolon, he's not bloodied, so the portal in his chest is not open.
Right. Can we open this portal still by interacting with the pillars? Because you took those squares off, so I assumed not.
You
No, we
can,
can't.
but in order to
Wait.
do so,
Oh yeah, we have to kill the other guy.
you would have to kill them, and you'd have to kill them fast enough before everything turned off, which it turned off at the end of the last round, so not anymore. So if you had killed the other guy and then put the things into place at last round, yes, but the timer has finished.
Okay. We will. Let this be done.
Vimaki, you're up.
So the big guy still has a resist 30, yeah?
The big guy is in his stance, and this is a reminder of what the stance does. He's resist 20. And if he's moved at all, like force moved or anything like that, it stops.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go say hi.
Vimaki, I said if you wait.
Uh,
41 for 63.
Which will be enough to bloody him.
63 minus the 20 though.
Be enough to bloody him.
That's my turn. Oh, I take 10 and I save.
Mistral, you're up.
That's me.
Okay. Um,
If you're speaking, Den, we cannot hear you.
I am not speaking. I'm honestly just really confused about what I should do right now.
Well, with the Eidolon now bloodied, the hole in his chest opens, and there is now an open portal there. So you fly up, and because he's not marked by you anymore, right? Because the warden mark ends at the start of turn.
Get a swing at me if I fly into him.
Yes, he will, because it is a teleport. Is a
I'll just
specific move action,
fly
not a normal
It is
fly.
my turn, I guess, and heal up with Diamond Cincture.
So, are you going to provoke and move into him or no?
Let's see. I am honestly probably going to not heal with Diamond Cincture and instead try to daze him with my I guess my standard. No, I used my move already.
Be
So I
careful that
guess I'd have to do it with a minor action, and it would be a hard DC.
if you
Correct.
try to daze him, these guys are going to react to that shit.
I'm pretty sure that was a burst 5.
Oh yeah, pulse burst 5, and I don't think you're in range actually. So yeah, never mind that. Keep moving.
Okay, he is now dazed. So, do you have the actions to be able to move over there, daze him, and then move in? Okay, then yes, cool. Dervish. Dervish is marked and has the -2. He's going to swing at Regdar. I know what this is, so I'm going to do damage differently to make it stop breaking. Oh look, crit. So the crit deals 49 points of damage. Then if you're trying to talk, we got nothing. It's on Regdar. Yes, this is attacking you here. Cool. And he missed with one of those, so he's going to follow it up with -2 to hit. And the damage is going to be wrong if I hit. So 34 and 37 to hit. So 56 points of damage from the second hit. Well, the second set of hits, if it matters for damage instances.
All right, I think I have a reaction to that. I need a minute.
Okay. Reaction to bloodied, I assume.
Okay, hang on. The first hit would have bloodied me, and so then the second hit would have missed.
Okay.
So how much of the 56 do I not take?
So the second was 20 and 7, so the second hit was 27.
Okay, cool. All right, and then yeah, I'll go ahead and I'm going to save my ring.
Okay. Thalros, you're up.
Okay, at this point I think I'm just going to run up to here and as a move action jumping.
Okay. So mark your thing as lightning bolt 2. Same thing with you, Mistral. Please mark as if you've done the thing to be gone at the end of your next turn. Please mark your thing with a 2. Kuro, you're up.
Alright, I want to get Rector out of here. Let me check what that is.
Did you include the -2 in those rolls, Gary?
I did, yes.
Oh, all right, good.
Right. Do you know if that thing of the ring is a ranged attack, the one of the wizard that makes them attack each other and go the fuck away?
Mass charm, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck. So that isn't going to work. Let's try to get rid of this guy instead then. If I do that, at least he won't have a reaction. So yeah, let's go with Scoundrel's Philosophy. For 15 points of damage.
51 points of damage. Okay.
And 31 versus Will.
31 versus Will, I'm pretty sure connects. It does indeed. He's also dazed.
So he's also dazed, yeah. I am going to move myself up to here. How can I already action pointed. I don't have anything actually, so Regder, can you take care of yourself? No, I should actually do this so you can disengage. I am going to where is that? Majestic Word. And you can shift away from them if you want to. And heal yourself for your thing plus 20.
Gatekeeper, who is dazed and in his stance, he starts his turn. He takes 30 points of damage. He only has a single action. He'll take that single action to actually let me make sure that range is correct on this. Should have put the range in there. It is in there. To send out some of his energy, what energy he has remaining, to the skeletal dervish, the one that is dazed and fucked right now. And that's it for him. He's done. The dazed, messed up dervish is going to try to wall up Ragnar before he gets away. So the first one's -2. So 28 and 34. I assume the 34 misses as well. The actual damage is 31. And since he missed the first one, he'll swing again. And crit. Because of course he does. And he'll hit and crit. Ow. For 79 points of damage. Unfortunately, is your turn, Ragnar.
Wait, aren't you one of those human things? Don't you get resistance when you do something? Like resist 10?
It's when he action points, I think, and I think he action pointed the turn before. But he might have action pointed last round and I missed it.
I haven't action pointed in this encounter. I action pointed in the first encounter. I start with 2 action points, so I have one, but I didn't think we would need it because I thought we would all be teleporting out of here. But stop talking before
Yeah,
I say
it's my
something I
bad.
regret, and I will make a Death saving throw. I will fail it, so I will use no action for greatness. I will succeed. Spend a healing surge.
I was kind of expecting you to use the asterisk. I don't know if that character has it.
I do.
All right, Vimaki, you're up. And keep in mind that you can also bind other people to the other side. That is one of the actions you can take with the portal.
Yeah, my marks fall off here, and
Okay.
the -2s are gone.
Move. That's a move.
Oh, I just read my trigger. I can't use Destined for Greatness. I will use heroic effort to make the save, but still down. My bad.
That changes things. I will be provoking.
From what?
Am I not next to the gatekeeper?
He's dazed still. He's dazed until the
Oh,
end
that's
of Mistral's turn.
nice. 1, 2, 3. Let's that. Firing word.
Let's see.
Let's get out of here.
You had close burst 10, so you could have done it from where you were if you wanted to.
Right, but I wanted us to get out of here.
Gotcha.
Which probably isn't going to help anything, but I'm going to try anyway. That one.
I don't think that's going to help Redgar, unfortunately.
Is he not up? Oh, he's prone.
He's prone is the problem. So I guess he could crawl. There's nothing that says he can't crawl, so I guess there's that. You crawl at what, half speed? I always forget.
It's half speed and he can move his speed plus 2.
So probably 5, so probably 7, so probably move 3 from Redgar.
I actually move 4. I upped my speed with my last feat.
Nice.
8. I put the plus 2. And...
If Maki, you get close to the thing, I'll stay here because it's my fault.
Okay. That's me.
Mistral, you're up.
Okay. So my question is basically, if I move away from the gatekeeper, can I move back in at the end of my turn to teleport?
You're already going to teleport no matter where you're on the map. So you have the thing. At the end of your turn, you will teleport as long as you are conscious through the gatekeeper. Or, if you don't have something on you that says can't teleport, something like that.
Okay. Red dot gets marked, and I will let's move the minor, and I will stand if that works.
Standard move to slide Regdar adjacent to the portal. Is that the plan?
Yeah, that's the plan. And then I will go through.
So I would say if you want to use a check of some kind to use, because it takes a movement action to get someone through the portal. If you want to use your check to use your wins to basically pick Regdar up and throw him through the portal, I would be okay with you doing that if you'd like to make a check for it, like an Arcana check or something like that to
Oh,
have enough
okay,
wins,
I
or
will try
endurance
to.
check, something like that.
Okay, I will do an endurance check to kind of like channel all the rest of my energy because I'm kind of.
That was broken up, but I know there's a check coming. So that's a success, and Mistral is removed at the end of his round, or at the end of his turn. All right, Dervish. Well, Dervish is someone who's, I'm gonna say you're slid to there. Although Mistral, if you want Regdar to be somewhere else, then move him somewhere else. The Dervish has one target, so people are trying to get away. People are causing problems. He'd like to be within 5 of his guy. He'd like to be a little bit closer. He's gonna go after Kuros. He's gonna move 1, 2, 3.
Alright, I am going to interrupt that with my acrobatics escape and shift away. And immobilize him.
Alright, and he can't do anything about that. Doesn't have any range attacks. Pretty sure that's actually a misnomer that he has a range attack. Let me double check to make sure that it is blank. It is in point of fact blank. Also, I rolled a damage point. Falrus, you are up.
Okay, at this moment, this guy is immobilized until.
He's going to be immobilized till my turn, so he's going to be a problem very soon.
And this guy is going to get out of this also pretty soon.
Yeah.
And no matter where I am, as long as I, at the end of my turn, I will be teleported.
Yes, as long as you are conscious and able to teleport.
Okay.
Please keep in mind that the gatekeeper is no longer dazed. It's just hard to click on him.
Not dazed, okay.
Because Mistral was the one that dazed him.
Alright, I'm going to use minor action to, from the inside pick all the right places and make him dazed again.
Okay, so give me the... Sounds like a thievery check, probably.
Yep. As a minor.
He is now dazed.
As a movement, I'm going to go up to here. And as a standard, I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, slave flourish him. His main hit. So everything applies. 38, 51 damage. And
Dead dervish.
That's one dead dervish. I've used that, then that's all for me and I get teleported.
Kuro, you're up.
Alright, so it's a move action to get in. Is Regdar in?
Regdar has the thing. I thought I marked him, but it maybe got off. So he will be leaving at the end of this turn, yes.
Oh, you did
his
mark
next
it, and I changed it back because I didn't know I was in.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to get Vimaki out first and foremost by doing a thievery check and basically just throwing a rope a rope around him and just getting him into the fucking portal since I was the one that fucked up.
Okay.
Let's go with that. That will be my minor action that I will turn into a standard action with my what's this called? Something. Quick fingers, I think. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Now to find quick fingers. Oh my god, I do not know how to alphabet right now. That's how much these rattled me.
All right. So you
Uh,
do a thievery as a standard, so you auto succeed.
Yep. Now I just need to move in to trigger my shit, right?
Mhm.
And I'll be in as well.
Mhm.
And let's see the order. Regdar will go out, Vimaki will go out. Is the dervish immune to fear?
Don't know. No one's tested it yet. They
Let's
don't
do
seem to be fearing things.
a knowledge check, maybe. Oh, he doesn't already answered. Okay. Hmm. I still have a standard action, and I'm not sure what to do with it.
So he actually isn't immune to fear right now.
Sorry, excuse me.
I don't know if you guys can see the aura from the
So he's
Eidolon.
not immune to fear?
Currently not. No.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to finally use this fucking power and certain loyalties. He cannot attack me. I'm the dervish,
Okay.
that is.
And you mark yourself with a 2 for sake of ease.
Mhm.
The gatekeeper, you see his body starting to deteriorate and fall apart. You can see there's only a few stones left touching one another, as if it is about to completely be destroyed. He is dazed. So it looks like he's just going to have the one hurrah. Who does he think is the easiest person to attack? I'm just do 1 through 3. So Vimaki, you're the one that he's going to swing at. And yeah, I hope this doesn't go really poorly.
He'll crit. It's all right.
25 AC.
Did I charge last round?
25 AC?
25 AC, there's no
Oh,
way
sorry.
you don't have 25 AC. Come on, man.
Sorry, I read 35. It misses.
Yeah, he misses terribly. And he's dazed, so that's all he can do. He ends his turn. I mean, yeah, do you want to attack him as a reaction? Because if you want to, like, he missed you. We got, like, strike backs or something like that. Regdar, it's your turn.
I will. All we have to worry about is the dervish, and it can't. Let's see.
It can't attack Kuro right now.
All right, so we don't have to worry about anything. I will just stand up and second wind and
Gone. And then Vimaki.
Can he not attack at all?
He can
Or just-
attack. The dervish cannot attack Kuro.
Okay.
So I think
Oh.
I think it's pretty reasonable to say that eventually the dervish is going to be frustrated and not be able to attack Kuro, but the rest of you guys will be able to go through the portal as the Eidolon survives on his 3 hit points. And then you see the portal crumble behind you.
Fuck.
That was fun.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take our break. So it's 20 right now. Take a short rest for your characters. We'll do the description of what it looks like on the other side of the portal once you guys get back. And we're going to start everything at 35. So we're going to be getting back here in 15 minutes from now. It should give you 5 minutes for getting your character all fixed up and all that sort of stuff, and then give you 10 minutes of taking a breather, taking a rest, do some stuff, and then head off. I don't think anyone has Comrade Zucker, so that sucks. But yeah, so I'll see you guys here at 35.